Hello and welcome to another CineQuest video reviews. Today we're going to be talking about a movie that we wanted to see in theater, but we're not able to. But
Oh well.
you know what? Because of digital and because of how quickly things move, we get to see it on streaming.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Amazon.
SISU. As far as I'm aware, that's how they did it in the trailer, which I'll probably play here at some point.
Yep.
Now, watching this movie, the word SISU doesn't come up at all.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, I was expecting someone to say it. You got to get the titular line in there somewhere, right? But what is the actual meaning of Sisu?
Like it says here, it's a
Say.
Finnish concept described as stoic determination, tenacity of purpose, grit, bravery, resilience, and hardiness.
Hardy. When you said hardiness, I was thinking like chunky.
No,
Yeah.
that would be chunkiness.
Yeah.
And it's held by the Finnish to express their national character.
Wow, the
It's
Finnish are Sisu.
I guess so.
They have tenacity. They have grit. They have bravery.
Sure.
We assume.
I assume.
So.
I've never been to Finland. Someday, maybe. I'll have some.
So this movie basically follows a man who's pretty much at his wit's end. He has lost everything, and he comes upon abundance of gold.
Yes.
And
So
basically,
much
he wants to.
gold.
He's older.
Right.
He's left the war. Wants
Right.
nothing to do with it, and wants to cash in. But
Literally.
it's not as easy as he would like it to be. This movie was written and directed by Jalmari Hylander. I was to say Highlander. Highlander. He's a Finnish screenwriter and film director.
Yeah.
He is known for his 2010 film Exports, which I've never seen.
Yeah.
And
Big Game.
The Big Game 2014, starring Samuel L. Jackson.
Never seen it.
Never seen it either.
All right.
This is
Samuel
the
Jackson's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah,
so.
well, this is the only film that I guess that has come to my
Attention.
attention from this guy. And it, like I said, saw the trailer. It looked pretty cool.
Yep.
And I wanted to check it out. I'm a big fan of films that are very just kind of like gut punches, just violent and straight to the point, no frills whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this movie is.
It was a pretty cool action flick. Yeah. I wasn't really expecting to see any CGI. I was a little surprised. I guess it had quite a bit of it in there. I want to say the planes for sure.
The planes for sure. Yeah. I would say like maybe on a standard definition, the planes would look better.
Yeah.
Because since we did see it in high def, like you get a lot of that
Everything
sharpness.
is just it's too sharp. And I was bitching about it the whole film. Like I need to see some like pixelation or something. It needs to be gritty and like because it's a period piece, right? Like it's set back in
1944.
Right. So, but
it's just as the war is coming to an end.
Right. But this is like a straight up like I don't know, late 80s, early 90s action flick kind of thing. I
would say this is kind of like those. It could fit in the realm of like a Quentin Tarantino.
So it's perfect that you
Robert
mentioned
Rodriguez.
that.
Like it has that kind of even the title cards kind of have those kind of fonts.
Absolutely.
That it could fit in those types.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
movies.
So I was thinking about it this whole time, like how to sort of compare this movie, and like it within minutes of watching this, I was like, oh fuck, this is like if. You combined Pig, with fucking, oh wow, how can the Rage Cage himself, and Inglourious Bastards, which obviously is a fucking Tarantino film. There's just fucking tons of humor, actually, quite a bit of humor. I mean, we were probably laughing at things we shouldn't have been laughing at, but whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of the death scenes in this movie are pretty outrageous,
pretty ridiculous
and
stuff.
I mean, they
awesome.
warrant to chuckle because of how ridiculous they are.
Right? Is that John or what? Like the motorcycle? So there's a few scenes in there where, like one of the
The Nazzies.
The Nazzies would get killed, and like there was these two guys on a motorcycle back, at the back of the convoy, and so they would pass someone and be like, "Was that one of ours?"
Yeah,
and it just roadkill,
on the fucking floor.
And then there's just like another one. Was that Jen? Like
well, I would say the
funny.
humor is I would say it's
very
pretty
dark.
It's dark, but it's also intentional because even in the ending credits, whenever like during the movie, like when bodies explode and you see like the leg, like in the end credits, you see like the leg flying across the screen. So that's deliberate. That's deliberate humor right there.
That's some goofiness. It's great.
But I mean, like this movie is basically like the third act of like the Inglourious Bastards, where Inglourious Basterds come in and pretty much just annihilate the Nazis. And this movie is just one guy doing Nazi extermination.
One old man.
One old man who has like a lot of wounds and scars.
Is all fucked up.
In the movie, they call him, I don't know the name that they use, but it's the Immortal.
Yeah.
In Finnish, it's Karsi or Karse or something like that. It's with a K.
It was Russian. The Russians gave him that nickname. The Russians gave him Koshe.
Koshe, yeah, there you go. The Immortal, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not, they kind of explain it that...
during the Winter War.
The legend is that like he just never dies, but like they say it's just because he just refuses to die.
Right.
Because he has so much
it's not
SISU and so much determination, grit, and bravery and all that.
It's not that he can't die, it's that he's too fucking stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I mean anyone watching this movie that's to like obviously separate themselves from like reality, because there's a lot of things that go on in this movie that obviously are over the top and fantastical and stuff. I mean, but I mean, there's those instances in the real world where people like they crash or they're in some kind of horrible accident or they get shot up and then yet they live.
Right.
You know, so I mean, there's times where those things can happen, but in this film, this one guy just takes a beating after beating after beating and keeps on coming back.
Yep.
And he has a look to him like he just looks like he's gonna fuck you up, you know?
Like, it's all in the eyes. Yeah. He's got this fucking like dead ass stare.
And to just make a note of this, like he doesn't say anything to the whole movie up until the last minute.
The last at the end of the movie, 30 seconds. He's got some lines.
The last 30 seconds before the credit comes, he actually opens his mouth. And
again, more humor. So like that was a pretty good ending. Very predictable. Like we were watching this and being like, oh, this is totally going to happen, and this and this and this, and so like as it was going, I was like, oh, fucking thank you. Like this is exactly what I wanted. I'm not gonna go into those details because it's just cool as shit. So like you're better off.
It's better off just watching it and enjoying it as is, because like I said,
it's great.
It's a pretty straightforward movie. There's not any sort of like.
It's very. I was trying to think of a word for it earlier. Like the only thing I got is atmospheric. I know there's another word in there. I'm trying to.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like beautiful landscapes, but like, you have to also.
A lot of it is just the soundtrack, playing.
But that gives the soundtrack gives our main protagonist like a level of
his gravitas.
That gives him the lore.
Right? Yeah, he makes him like a serious goddamn legend, sort of thing.
Yeah, and this movie is broken up into chapters, and they're real short chapters. And again, the titles themselves literally are just what's about to happen in those particular scenes.
What was the last one? Kill 'em all.
Kill 'em all. Yeah. And by that point, you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There's not a lot of dialogue, and I really like how that goes.
It's all action. It's all just character movements and like how they interact with each other, and then of course the effects, like people exploding, people dying, a lot of kills. This movie's just all kills, and I love that.
Yeah,
this reminded me. I had so much fun watching this movie, but it reminds me a lot of the movie that just came out recently with Bob Odenkirk. Nobody. Just another fun movie of someone kicking ass, you know?
Yeah.
And kicking shitty people's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, here you have NAZZIES and Nobody. You have like just shithead mafia people they're just going to beat the shit out of. And this character has legendary status. Like there's a lore to them, and they're one of the most dangerous. You know, just come to think of it, it's basically the same kind of plot. There's people. There's a guy who was involved in either a war or he's like kind of an assassin. They don't want that life anymore. They want to just forget it all and be normal.
Yep.
And they get pulled back in. And
there are quite a few movies like that. The one I'm thinking of, the one I was trying to think of the name of, and I was hoping you might be able to help me. It was Viggo Mortensen, where he was in there, and he like goes to this. He's like in a diner, you know, like he's
that like the history of violence? I don't know if that's it.
I don't think so.
I don't know the name. Let me see that. Let me look at Viggo Mortensen's.
I forgot when it came out. I want to say like the 2010s or so, maybe something. But he plays are
you talking about the character he plays in Young Guns 2?
Oh, you bitch! You bitch! Get fucked! God damn it! I should take away your drinking privileges.
Yeah, do that.
How dare you?
Dare you to fucking
son of a bitch. Get this shit out of here. I'll fucking break all my fingers trying to flip this table.
Overall thoughts of this movie, I really enjoyed it. It's fun. It's straightforward. I think if you like violent films that are no fluff. Like it's just what, like a 90-minute movie roughly.
Yeah, Actually, just about an hour and a half. Yeah,
yeah.
It's perfect.
Just enjoyable
perfect.
movie.
It's very cool.
I'd watch it again.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna see if I can tell my brother to pick it up or something. It's worth having. It's cool. It's a cool flick. I mean, let's see. It was a pretty low budget. Is what it looks like there, and for the short time it was in the box office, I mean, they doubled their.
Yeah, so they made their money back.
Yeah, they made their money back, and I'm sure they're gonna make more here off of Amazon or wherever else if it goes to a streaming service. So yeah,
well, I mean, if it goes to like,
I can't wait for the sequel.
Well, I'm ready to watch it again, to be honest.
Yeah.
This seems like the type of movie like I would just have it on the background because you already know what's gonna happen, and you can kind of come in and out, check out the kills, and move on.
Yeah. No, it's great. Or the humor itself.
The humor, it's good. Like I said, no, nothing real bad, anything bad to say about this movie.
Nope.
It's just fun. It's violent.
Yep. I mean, the premise is, again, like the guy is literally prospecting for gold. He's panning, and at one point he cracks out his pickaxe and discovers these giant veins of gold. Which I'm like, that's not a thing, buddy, but okay, whatever. And then he's off minding his own business, trying to cash in, and he runs into some NAZZIES, and then that's where the story starts, basically.
And I mean, it's
because they are like, oh, hey, cool, look at all the gold. Oh yes, we're rich.
Yes, and then kill the NAZZIES.
Yeah. Oh, that first kill straight out of the trailer, man. I was like, yes.
It is out of the trailer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't they like block it out and shit?
No, they don't. I remember seeing it in the trailer, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. So if you check out the trailer, you'll see the first kill, and
it's great.
That's just foreshadowing the kind of shit you're gonna get the rest of the movie. So.
Yeah. It's pretty
stuff.
cool.
Fun stuff. I'd recommend it.
If
you have the chance.
I wouldn't. So my one last thing to this is that I wouldn't compare it to like other sort of action films where you see like an old sort of retired army vet or like Hitman or whatever kind of going in, like Red or those like.
I wouldn't compare this to Red. Red's like more tame.
Right. Yeah. Or like the whole 9 yards, the whole 10 yards. Those silly ass movies. This is
those lean more on like comedic aspect of things, not necessarily true. Like full-blown violence and
or stuff. Like Hobo with a Shotgun or any of those. I like that one actually to me is it's
surprisingly I haven't really seen that one.
I watched it and I forgot about it, but my point was with all of that is that no, he goes at it very much like you can tell he's an old guy, but again it's like an old veteran, so he's gonna fuck you up. It just might take him a few minutes to get there.
Yeah, because I mean, the war's still going on, and like he's like I don't know. They didn't specify when he left or when he just stopped participating in it.
Yeah,
but as the war's continuing on, he's just trying to get out, and I guess I'm assuming live a normal life. We don't really get that necessarily. Just it's kind of implied.
It's just a man and his dog.
Yeah. Don't fuck with a man and his dog.
It's just like Pig. Told you.
It's kind of like Pig, but they didn't really fuck with the dog, though. They did.
No, but they came pretty fucking close.
Yeah. I was worried there for a second.
Yeah, I was like, oh. I mean, well, yeah. I don't want to say any others. I don't. I do because it'd be funny, but we don't need to. Just check it out. It's great.
Check out the movie. It's pretty awesome. It's fun. If you like those types of films. Yeah. So, all right. Like and subscribe if you like this review, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.